has resumed the uptrend from here. Price has resumed the uptrend from this support area. So it's now in an uptrend, and from the daily time frame, we already have higher highs and higher lows. So let's scale down to the lower time frame, the next lower time frame. From D1, I'm moving now to H4. On H4, we should also see scenarios that support an uptrend. We should also see scenarios that support an uptrend, which we can already, because this is our support. You know, this is our higher high. This is our higher high. Then this is our higher low. This is a higher high, and this is a higher low. Higher low. Yes. This is a higher high, and then this is a higher low. Right now, price has broken out of this consolidation. Price was formerly in a consolidation here. Then price has broken out of this consolidation. So if we are a swing trader, this is a very good opportunity to swing trade on NZD JPY. Because as part of the reasons to buy, anytime price is in an uptrend, there are 3 reasons to buy. Buy at horizontal support, buy after the breakout and retest of the resistance, buy after a pullback. So what we can see right now potentially is that price is on this pullback. This is a pullback. Let me label the pullback, which is also working as a retest. Price has done this pullback, which is also potentially working as a retest. So we need the end of this pullback to confirm our buy. Swing traders, this is a good buy opportunity for us. We can enter our buys from here and target as high as this next higher high for our take profit, as high as this next higher high or our potential take profit. So if I enter and buy from here as a swing trader, I buys from here, my stops can always be below the support, below the broken resistance now turn support. Then my TP can use a 1:2 or a 1:3. So let me also do the same for my MT5. I go to my MT5 on NZD JPY. Since price has completed the required setup for a buy, swing traders, we can enter a buy. NZD JPY is good for a buy. Yes, changes to my so all of my requirements to enter a buy for NZD JPY is confirmed. Go to my new order, enter with my preferred lot size. Enter my buy same way and then set TP and stop loss, right? So that is for swing traders. Those of us who are day traders, how do we position as well for this trade as a day trader, all right? So we're also going to be looking for positions to also buy as a day trader. Day trader, I would go to H1 time frame. On H1 time frame, from the higher time frame, I can see that it's still pushing up. So I need a reason to join the buy as a day trader. On H1, I can see that price is consolidating. Price is consolidating above this weak resistance. Above this weak resistance that I'm going to mark as blue. So for me to join the buy, I need price to break above this weak resistance as a day trader to join the buy. What do I need to do? If I am going to wait for that and I cannot enter it right now, I just need to buy stop above there. just put a buy stop above there, so that immediately price breaks that weak or untested resistance, that break out of that consolidation to pick me for buy. And I can set my TP below this turncoat resistance. This will be my take profits. Take profit here. So day traders, that is how I will be approaching NZD-JPY, a buy stop above the untested resistance. So immediately price breaks above that resistance and it fits in with one of my reasons to enter a buy. I'm good for a buy. Scalpers, if I'm going to scalp, I can scale down to the 15-minute time frame. Everything I will be doing is whatever it is that will make me to enter a buy. But since it is pushing a buy from the higher time frame, just buy is what I need. So as a scalper, this is what I need to see to enter a buy. I need to see price to get back to an horizontal support, to break out and retest of a resistance, or to end a pullback, Once that happens, then we can then push it for a buy. Mr. Idausa, you can't hear me. Please, can everyone of us hear me? My sound is perfect.
Yes, we can hear you,
yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So, Mr. Idausa, please check either your network also, or maybe you should change location so that you can hear me. Because every other person can hear me. More volume. Okay. All right. So I'm going to increase so that we can hear me louder. Okay. Increase the volume. So let's go on. So as scalpers on NZD-JPY, you need a reason to buy. Just a reason to buy, since the market is pushing bullish from the higher time frame. Now that reason to buy can be any of these: buy at support, buy after a pullback, or buy after the breakout and retest of a resistance. So on 15 minutes, I can see that price has just left a support and it is doing a pullback. So if I should zoom in on this chart, if I should zoom in here, I expect price to end this pullback and then I would enter my buy as a scalper. What is the sign to see that price has ended a pullback? There are many signs to see, but the easiest one is that you will just see a green candle beside a red candle before the previous Right. So one of the easiest signs to see that the pullback has ended is to see a green candle beside a red candle. So on 15 minutes as scalpers on NZD-JPY, I need a green candle to close beside this red candle to signal the end of this pullback, and then I can enter a buy. My stop loss would be under, and then my TP would be above. I just need an average of 15 to 20 pips, and then I'm fine as a scalper for today. So that's it on NZD-JPY. NZD-JPY is a buy trade. All right, so let's move on to the next pair that we tend to look at. The next pair, NZD-USD, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. So let's go to the chart of New Zealand dollar, US dollar. NZD-USD, yes. Okay, so let's start our analysis from the higher time frame. Let's work our way down from the higher time frame, right? So on daily time frame, NZD-USD, the overall trend is a bearish trend, but deep higher highs calls for deep higher lows. The same theory, deep higher lows, lower lows would also call for a deep lower high. What do I mean? I mean, if price is pushing down and it does a very deep lower low, we expect the pullback as well to be deep as well, right? So now the pullback of a higher time frame is a complete trend on the lower time frame. The pullback of a higher time frame is a complete trend on the lower time frame. So on NZD-USD, And let's bear in mind that there will be news for USD in the evening around 6. So for NZD USD, we have seen price break back above a support area, break below the support that it has broken back. Now, if we connect this, if we're seeing an overall downtrend, we're not seeing an error. Let's connect this to trend line resistance. We expect price to still push higher. We expect the pullbacks to still push higher. So we can still enter short buys. And if you are positioning for a sell, if you want to sell as a swing trader, you want price to get back to this previous neckline and then wait for a signal to enter a sell. So those of us who will be positioning for a buy, we need to do that on a lower time frame. So let's scale down to the lower time frame. Lower time frame like H1. Starting from H4, we can see a breakout and retest of this resistance, signaling a buy trade, a breakout and retest, signaling a buy trade, a short buy trade. So if we buy from here, our TP would have to be before this resistance. And then our stop loss, we can just use stop loss below the support. Very good. On H1, if we're going to buy, we also understand that our buy is a short buy. It's a short buy. So breakout and retest, yes, that is happening already now. All of this is still pushing bullish. We would enter our buy and then our stops will just be under and our TP above. How do I approach this trade as a scalper? As a scalper, I'll scale down to the 15 minutes as well. I need a signal to enter a buy. So a good signal will be the end of this pullback or price falls back to the support. So all of the things that I'm seeing on NZD-JPY is also what I need to see on NZD-USD to position for a buy. Before we would sell, price has to get to that previous neckline on daily, and then we can potentially begin to position for a sell, right? So the same approach for NZD-JPY, also NZD-USD. So let's move over to the next one. The next instrument we'll be looking at is Euro-USD. Okay, Euro-JPY, yes. Euro-JPY, right? So let's go to the chart of Euro-JPY. Okay, now I'll be using the MT5. Let me use the MT5 for Euro-JPY. Euro-JPY, right? So we're going to start our analysis again on Euro-JPY from the higher time frame. From the higher time frame. Okay, this is the chart for Euro-JPY. Let me remove all of this. So from the higher time frame, from the daily time frame, I'm presently on Euro-JPY MT5 platform. From the daily time frame, the overall trend is price is pushing bullish, or until proven otherwise, the market is still bullish. Get it? So H4, price is still pushing bullish. We are still in a clear uptrend. H4, uptrend, bullish. So bullish signal means we are positioning for a buy. Scaling down to H1, still a buy trade. Now, if you want to approach this trade as a day trader, anytime the price is pushing up, pushing bullish, and you enter a buy, your buy is not wrong. It might be late or it might be too early, but it's not potentially wrong until price change direction totally. So we're still pushing for a buy on Euro-JPY. It's still a buy trade. If I should enter my buy now, should not enter our buy now because it's still pushing bullish. Our stops will just under, then our TP will be at this higher high, at this previous higher high. Yes, that's how I'll be approaching it as a day trader. If I want more precise entry, I can scale down to the 15 minutes. On 15 minutes, people who are good day traders, you can approach this using two approach. On 15 minutes, I need price to give me a pullback. I need price to create a pullback, and then I can enter a buy. So once I see a pullback at this area, and how do I know it's going to be a pullback? Price would give me multiple or few red candles, but price must not go below this previous higher low. price must not go below that previous higher low. So I need a pullback down to this area. This is the previous higher low, the last higher low here. Higher low. Yes, it's here. So I don't expect price to go below this higher low. Once I see price at this level and I see a green candle beside red, I can enter my buy. Then I can enter my buy. Or I can position and put a buy limit at this higher low. Before this higher low, I can put a buy limit there. And at that same time, I expect price to go above this area before it will continue up again. So I can put a buy limit at before this previous higher low, and I can also put a buy stop. And I can also put a buy stop at this new higher high. So Euro JPY buy trade, Euro JPY has given us clear signals to enter a buy trade on. All right. And then lastly, before I hand over to my co-host, we'll be looking at Euro USD. Euro USD, yes. Lastly, Euro USD. So let's also do that as well on the MT5 platform. Let's do that as well on the MT5 platform. Mr. Peters, you're asking for gold. Yes. My colleague is going to take us on gold. Don't worry, we'll get the analysis for gold. So Euro USD. Let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD is a fantastic instrument that is giving us good signals. Everybody should make money from Euro USD from now on. All right. So let's start from the higher time frame. Of course, the higher time frame, the daily time frame. All right. So price has been pushing bearish for a while. Price has been pushing bearish for a while. Now, price has gotten to a support, and we understand that for a trend to change, if it's a downtrend, for it to change to an uptrend, price has to fail to create a new lower low, and price has to break a lower high. Price has to fail to create a new lower low, and price has to break a lower high. That is how to use the trend to know that it's changing, a downtrend to an uptrend. What if it's an uptrend to a downtrend? Price has to fail to create a new higher high, and price has to break the previous higher low. Now, on Euro USD, starting from the higher time frame, we can see clearly that price has failed to create a new lower low. On the daily time frame, price has failed to create a new lower low, and then price has broken the last lower high. If we scale down to the H4 time frame, we can also see this again clearly. Price has failed to create this new lower low, and it has gone above this previous lower high. So we are now in a potential uptrend. We are now in a potential uptrend. And then we can see our higher high. This is a higher high. This is our higher high. Then this is higher high. And then this is our potential higher low. It's our potential higher low. HL higher low. So those of us who are swing traders, our setup is ripe already for a buy. Our setup is ripe already for a buy. So I already have one buy running now, and then I can take a second buy. Because how do I know that this pullback has ended? I need to see green beside red. You see it? So all of those requirements are fulfilled. As a swing trader, I can enter my buy now. Then if I'm buying from here, my stop loss would be below the previous higher low, and then my TP can be high. That is how we're approaching this market as a swing trader. Now, those of us who are day traders want to make money today and just leave the market today the same way. So all of this move that we can see here, they are all pullbacks. Believe that they are all pullback. This pullback here, the price has been creating since Friday, they are all pullback. So I expect price to break out of that pullback to continue the uptrend. Where is the last lower high. This pullback in this little downtrend. This is the last lower high here. The last lower high is here. We expect price to break above it, which it has done already. So price is pushing bullish as well on Euro USD. Euro USD is also a fantastic buy trade. Euro USD is also a fantastic buy trade on the 1 hour time frame. Let me scale lower again to the 15 minutes time frame. Let me scale lower again to the 15 minutes time frame. So it's pushing bullish from the higher time frame. On 15 minutes time frame, fantastic. So the pullback has ended, as we can see clearly on 15 minutes. I can enter a new buy for Euro USD. 15 minutes time frame is good for a buy, and then my stop would be below the previous what is it called, higher low, and then TP above. 15 minutes Euro USD. It's also good for a buy. All right, so I want to take it on another of my accounts so that I can make much more, right? So Euro USD is good for a buy. Then my stop would be below this higher low. Then my TP can be above. So Euro USD, swing traders, day traders, scalpers, buy. All right. So that is all on those 5 pairs: coffee, Euro USD, NZD USD, and then Euro JPY. Any final question before I hand over to my colleague who's going to complete the review for us? Any final question on all that we've just said? All right. Thank you very much as well, sir. So I'll be handing over to my colleague who's going to take over from me. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see us again some other time.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I believe you can hear me. Good morning. Please, if you can hear me, can you just can you kindly type yes in the chat box?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Good morning. Thank you so very much for staying till this time on this morning market review edition from the stable of Rally Trade. I will be taking us on indices and commodities. As we all know, today is thank you all. Yes, today is another market session starting this week, and then we have a whole lot of events lined up for this week, just like my colleague rightly pointed out. But for the sake of clarity and to drive home some points, I want to point out to the fact that tomorrow, which is Tuesday, we'll be expecting CPI from the US dollar zone. And this US dollar that is coming out tomorrow is expected to move the market so much because generally market participants are of the opinion that it is high time that the US put a pause on their interest rates. But since the inflation in the US zone is still rising so high, there's a high possibility that they might want to increase it again. So this definitely, we know we have spiral effects on some other instruments in the market, aside from the US dollar, which also include oil and gold. And also we know on stocks, historically, oil has inverse relationship with US dollar. But lately, that has been a bit debatable because of some other factors that is in the markets. Because before now, because of a barrel of oil is priced in US dollars around the world, and also the US dollar. I mean, the United States historically second option seems invalid. The first option is still very correct. That's the barrel of oil is priced in US dollar. US dollar is weak, the price of oil is higher. That's why most times market analysts will say that there's an inverse correlation between US dollar and oil, although that seems to be changing a lot lately due to some other factors. But still, we are in the mode of, we are still in the mode of that first instance. Then we should expect that tomorrow, news coming from the US as regards CPI would definitely affect the price of oil, would definitely affect the price of gold, and definitely affect the price of indices. Also on gold, we already know this, that the US dollar and gold has an inverse relationship. And this has been on for years, and then that's still valid. So definitely when the price of gold is trending up, when the price of US dollar is going up, the price of gold will be coming down. So if the CPI coming tomorrow is positive for the US dollar, then we expect that it will affect the price of gold negatively and vice versa. So please, let's look into that. Also, I said the price of the price of indices. Price of indices also has an inverse direction as regards US dollar. If the US dollar is going up, then the price of indices is coming down. So quickly, I will just run through 2 or 3 instruments, then we'll call it a day. And also, let me quickly ask one question. You said, please, you cannot really understand. Daniel Bukola, please understand what exactly. Please just put it in the chat box what you don't really understand. The office is not open. Nigeria is we are in the mood of democracy. So today is Democracy Day. So there's a public holiday. The office is not open, but tomorrow the office will be opened. So without wasting much of our time, the person, Mika Paul, please check your internet connection. I believe my network is stable. So please, once again, check your internet connection. So without wasting much of our time, let's just go quickly into one of the instruments I want us to look at together for this morning. I will start with the price of oil, I'll start with the price of oil, and then allow me to share my screen with you so that you'll be able to see what I'm about to explain to you. Let's start with the price of oil. So over the weekend, there was news. We know news actually happens over the weekend. So it's actually the news that came out. It came out from Iran, and this price actually made the price of crude oil to fall. You could see that when the market opened yesterday, in the midnight today, Nigerian time, you could see that there was a gap from the closing price to the opening price. So it was the news that came from the Iran zone that actually caused that. And it has to do with the possibility of the nuclear deal. We know that Iran has has access to nuclear weapons, and then the Western nations, they are not comfortable with that. That's why the Western nation, they have in the for quite some time now, they have placed Iran on should I say sanction? They have sanctioned them because of this nuclear deal. And due to that fact, Iran has been experiencing a whole lot of issues economically. So Iran is trying to come out of this, and then they probably want to listen to what the Western nations want to say. And that's why the oil price came down, or it fell from the closing price yesterday. I mean, on Friday, the oil price fell on Monday because Iran Supreme Leader said the country is open to a deal with the West over the nuclear weapon. So because of that, it actually brought down the price of crude oil. I believe you can see my screen. So from there, you notice that the price of crude oil actually, I'm back on my 1 hour time frame now. The price of crude oil actually closed around on Friday around $74.87 per barrel. And then it opened around $74.29 per barrel today. So we see the price of crude oil trying to come down, and then it's coming down into this our support zone that we have here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so you see that the price of crude oil is trying to come down. Yeah, if you look at this yellow zone that I put here, this yellow zone is proving support for the price of crude oil. This yellow zone is a huge support for price of crude oil. So I'm expecting that the price of crude oil, if peradventure the price of crude oil break out of this untested support and then falls into this zone, then we should be expecting the price of crude oil to reverse from this region. The general trend for the price of crude oil, you see from our daily time frame, has been bearish, really, really bearish. And then anytime price falls into, for the past few months now, coming from March, anytime price falls into this zone here, this is our yellow colored zone here, you see the price of oil shooting up. So you can as well do this on your charts. You can as well do this on your chart. You can as well do this on your charts. You can have this zone mapped out as a possibility of price getting a bullish momentum from this zone. So we expect that the price of crude oil, if the price of crude oil jumps into this or falls into this zone, then we expect it to go up on the breakout of this untested support. That's when I'll tell us in this untested support downward. Then I assume that the price of crude oil is going up to possibly fill this gap. So there's a possibility that we expect that the price of crude oil will break above this 74.20. Please, can we mute ourselves? Please, if you have anything to say, just kindly drop it in the chat box. Please, if the price of US dollar increases, then what happens according to the lecture? According to the lecture in the morning. Yes, I was just going through the effect of the price of US dollar on some instruments, oil, gold, and indices. I said for oil that the price is inversely proportional to US dollar. It's most likely is go down. That means if the US dollar is strong, it will come down. And for gold, it's always inverse. And for indices as well, most times it is always inverse. So that's it now. So a break below this untested support could signify a sell opportunity or a short opportunity into this zone. We know that we will not be giving a take profits point target. So a break, let's say, please get this carefully well, a break below this untested support. The last candlestick, that is the one candlestick, the first candlestick, which is this that my crosshair is on, got to this untested support, but went up a bit, rejected it a bit as well. So we see this candlestick trying to test the support again. So please, patience is admired in this game. If you want to be profitable, please, patience is admired in this game. Wait for price to break below this untested supports and close below it, of course, and then before you enter a short position into this zone. And then you can expect that anytime price gets to this zone, you can have your bullish from there. So break below that will signify, a break and a close below this untested support will signify a short position on the price of crude into this zone. Now, if price is unable to break below or close below this untested support and it gets rejected upward, just like the first candle here, then we expect that the price of crude oil might want to retest this our previous high here. So a break above 70, I'm giving us a range now. A break above $74.20 per barrel will signify that price wants to retest above 70. Refuel this gap. I've been trying to meet everyone of us, and we are on me. I believe you can still hear me. Please, if you can hear me, let me know. Okay. Thank you. That means it's not from my hand. Please, if you're having issues with your network, please kindly check. So as I was saying, that's a break, a close. If candlestick close below this untested support, then we expect it to come into this our support zone, and then we can enter a buy if whenever we see a bullish momentum from here. But if price get rejected and then doesn't break above this and then it goes up, then if price breaks above 74.20, that means you can have your buy stop there. Then you can expect price to get to this 74.79 zone, and then expect that price will most likely reject down there because the general trend of crude oil is sell. All right. So that's my take on oil for this morning. I will repeat it because some of us are having internet connection. So I'll come back to repeat it. Let's go to the price of to see gold. I said earlier on that the price of US dollar and the price of gold is somewhat inverse. Most times it is inverse. So the price of gold and the price of US dollar is most times inverse. So whenever the price of US dollar is appreciating, then we expect the price of gold to go down. And that's what has been historically from the time past. So looking at the price of gold this morning, we see that for the past few months now, since 2022, price of crude oil, of gold, has been on this support zone. This is my blue trend line. I hope you can see my screen. You can see that the price of crude oil, the price of gold has been rejecting this support ever since. One test here, another test here, and then presently we see what the price is doing here. Price is struggling around this zone so very much. We've seen double bottom, triple bottom as well, and price is trying to struggle to go upward. Now today, fundamentally, is quite boring because we're not expecting much from today, except from later in the evening by 6:01 that we'll be expecting the 10-year bond auction from the US zone. And also, I think that's major events that we have today. Other events from the US dollar, the federal budget balance is more like a minor event. So today is quite boring, not even that boring, but just the market will be moving in a sluggish manner to some extent. So fundamentally, there's nothing really to push the market up. But then we know that the the market participants are the ones that can easily push or the market up. That's you and I. So that's on my daily time frame. Now on my 4-hour time frame, you can see that the market has been acting, this price has been acting as a support ever since. And then we see that price from this our range here, that is 1966 range, is testing or is making a retracement of should I say 50 or 38.2. Yes, 50 Fibonacci retracements from this area, trying to test this place on my 4-hour time frame. Now, if you had to go down to our lower time frame, we'll see a retest of this verified resistance and then price coming down to come here. Now, majorly, I would expect the price of crude oil, of gold, from this technically, from this market pattern or from this chart pattern M that formed something like an M, I would expect the market from here, seeing this alone, to go up. Yes, I would expect it to go up and probably retest this zone again before maybe shooting upward or coming down. So the price of crude oil today, I'll be expecting it to go up a bit, although you can see for the past few hours, market is trying to decode maybe it should go up. But yes, I still believe that we can get a bit of bullish momentum from gold. From this zone, you see that we have a Morningstar candlestick formation around this area, and that's this bearish candlestick, this doji candlestick, and this bullish candlestick. This Morningstar candlestick formation, it's a powerful reversal candlestick that signifies a change in direction, especially when you see it at a support and the previous trend is a bearish trend. So definitely seeing this Morningstar candlestick formation signifies a bullish momentum. So on gold this morning, my major preference for gold will be a buy. My major preference for gold would be a buy. Gold. Generally, the trend of gold has been bullish, and I'll still give us another reason why we should be bullish for a long time on gold. When I say that, I mean I'm not talking about entering a buy now. I'm talking about if you're looking at gold some other time, look at it from a bullish perspective. So as I was saying, or my major preference for this morning on the price of gold is bullish. So, and take maybe 10, 15 pips at most in this game. And then please be cautious of your account size. If you don't have much in your account size, please make I believe you can hear me now. Yeah, it's just a temporary glitch. I'm so sorry about that. It's a temporary glitch. I've worked on it, and then it's back on now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm deeply sorry about that. It's a temporary glitch. Yes, thank you so very much. All right, so let's continue quickly. So let me say this now. A buy on gold and then 10 to 15 pips, and then we can continue the markets. Let's talk about which other one now. I said I will repeat that of oil. Okay, maybe let me repeat it again now. Thank you. Let me repeat it again now. I said if the price of crude oil close below this this untested support, and then on let's say 30 minutes or 15 minutes, we see a confirmation, then we can enter a short position down into this zone, and then expect markets to retrace from there. But if not, if we see that price is still undecided about maybe it's going to break it, because closing of, we should note this, that for the price to close below a support doesn't mean that price has successfully closed below a support. You see it on your chart that some supports are broken. It seems broken, but then it still goes up. So please, we should know that sometimes price can actually close below a support and still go back up as a bullish momentum. That's called fake out or fake breakout. So please don't be a victim of fake breakout or a fakey breakout and then pay for the price. So please, let's be careful about that. All right. So let's go to DE30. Let's go to DE30. Okay. DE30, to the best of my understanding, I can tell you that it likes something that we call retest. DE30 likes retest a whole lot. And the reason is because when DE30 makes a new high, and then the new high is rejected and then it's selling, then most times you see then the most time you see that the market, pardon me, the most time you see that the market is going back to that new high to retest it. So what I'm saying is, if you go back to your DE30, sometimes you'll be seeing retest, 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 such as W or M, that is double top, double bottom, or something like that. So DE30 likes retests. And then if you are a trader of DE30, then you should take note of that. So if you're trading DE30, please take note of that, and then be rest assured that DE30 likes something called retest. So anytime you open your chart and you've seen support and resistance mapped out, then be cautious around that area. So presently, this is the last chart I'll be talking about. DE30 is around a verified resistance. I mean, DE30 is around a verified resistance. You can see on my daily time frame, you have a whole lot of rejections around that area. Beautiful rejections, as a matter of fact. Some weeks back, or was it last week? Last week, yes, last week, he gave us a shoulder pattern around this area, but it could not come down to make a complete bearish formation up to this level 15781.3 here. This is my support here. It could not make a full bearish sell down to this level, but then he gave a shoulder head, he gave a head here, and then he gave a shoulder here. So you can see that price actually, number one, a retest of this. A retest of this. You have a retest of this. This is the first retest. We have another retest here, and then you can also see from here we have another retest there. So we have a shoulder here. I believe you can see my arrow down. You have one retest here. You have another retest here. You have another retest here. Presently, price is around this area, and for the fact that price is around this area, we don't have to always assume that when price is at the resistance, then it's going to be a sell. Rules are meant to be broken. So for the fact that price is around the resistance doesn't mean that we should enter a sell blindly. We have to look at some other factors before we enter a short position on this instrument. So what we need to do is this. You can see that the zero candle presently is forming presently, and the first candle, which is one, is a very bullish candlestick, a very massive bullish candlestick, which has gathered a whole lot of momentum during this trading session. So the present candlestick is what we're expecting, and that's even on H4. I'm sorry, that's on 4-hour time frame. And then so let's come back to 1-hour time frame. So on 1-hour time frame, we see that price is around our resistance here, and then this candlestick is all we need to take into notice before we take a decision. So we cannot, of course, stay on this session for the next 1 hour, but what we can do is this: we can give you a clue. So please write this down or note it down so that you don't forget. A close below, above this untested resistance with a confirmation will signify a further bullish momentum upward to our head here, and that's our zone of 16,300. Let me just give us a round figure: 16,300. A break above, I say it again, a break above this untested resistance will most likely signify a bullish momentum up to this zone of 16. Let me give us 16,280. A break above this untested resistance, a break above it and a close above this untested resistance with the confirmation will signify a buy up to this movement. Now, it's profitable that you trade a pullback on this DE30 because of how massive this candle is. This chart is. So you can just wait for price to go above it a bit and then go to lower time frame to look for a pullback on this untested resistance before you enter a long position up to this weak resistance. So what I'm saying is this: when you see price close above it, and then you see the same price forming something like this on your lower time frame, you see the same price coming after a close above it, coming to retest this untested resistance, then all you need to do is you go to your lower time frame to figure out this move. This move that has 3 boxes. You look for you go to your lower time frame to figure out this move that has 3 boxes on your lower time frame, and then you can enter at a beautiful opportunity for your bullish momentum. That's for a buy on DE30. And then for a sell on DE30, a sell is what most traders will be looking out for. Why? Because of constant price being rejected around this zone here. So if definitely you see any bearish candlestick formation around this zone, then a bearish move is good. If you look at this zone here, this one here, we see that a bearish candlestick, a bearish formation candlestick formed there, and then we can see that it gave us like a double top here, and then price came down. Also here, we see that price got rejected here and came down here. So what we'll be looking at for is a break or a bearish candlestick formation around this area. It could be a bearish engulfing candlestick. It could be 3 black crows. It could be dark cloud. It could be a shooting star. It could be all those bearish reversal candlestick around this untested resistance. Whenever you see them, please, if you don't know them often, you can have your manual at your side and then look for it. So anytime you see all of those candlesticks forming that kind of pattern on this resistance, then you can enter a short position on DE30. That's my take today on the instruments that we're looking at today. So please, for those of us that we're looking at that want us to look at other instruments, please, we can have a look at that tomorrow. We already figured out 4 currencies and 2 commodities and 1 index. So I believe 7 instruments is okay for us to look at our trading for today. So if you have any question, I will be on the charts. I'll also be in the session or in the room for the next few minutes, maybe 1 minute for me to answer our questions. But if not, then afterwards we can call it a day, and then I wish us a profitable journey in our trading game today. Thank you. My name is Maiwa, and then I'll be on line for the next 1 minute. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box, and then I'll reply. All right. So for those of us that are asking for numbers, please reach out to your account manager. Your account manager is well versed in the market as well. So please kindly get in touch with your account manager. I will suggest this: when you get in touch with your account manager, request for the Telegram link. Request for the Telegram link. When you get to the Telegram link sent to you, join the Telegram link, and then I believe you will definitely enjoy our trading chats or trading needs there. Thank you. And yes, you have an account manager. You said I should talk about gold. I said gold is a buy. Okay, my network is bad then. Okay, I said gold is a buy that we should look out for 10 to 15 pips that expect it to buy. That was what I said then. So, and then it's been buying. So 10 to 15 pips just go out of the market. And then you can also wait for other indicators to enter a further buy or a change in direction. So that's it about gold. So get in touch with your account manager, and then definitely they will give you further direction. Trust me. Thank you all. The link to join the Telegram group is there. Please check the chat. If you want to join the Telegram link, check the chat. The Telegram link is there. All right. So for those of us saying that you are new, yes. Okay, so if you are new, we have a we have a morning session that introduces this market to you as a fresher or as a beginner. So if today is the first time, or what we've said so far has been confusing to you, you can check by 10 o'clock a.m. You can log into our CFTP morning class, and then you can learn a whole lot from there. We take the morning class by 10 o'clock a.m. So you can join in the next few minutes. Yes. So if you don't have the link, please reach out to your account manager to share the link with you. You want to join the morning markets class that starts by 10 o'clock. We'll take the training from there. So the class is starting in the next few minutes by my colleague. So check that, and then I believe it will be helpful. So also the link to watch a repeat of this broadcast is on the charts. So please go through it again. Thank you. Yes, the link for this morning class has been dropped in the chat. Kindly scroll up to check the link. The link is there. The link is there. By 10 o'clock a.m., the link is there. It has been dropped. Kindly check, sir. If your account manager is not responding to your message, please be patient. I'm very sure our account manager has our utmost and best interest at heart. If they are not responding to your message, just kindly drop a message to them, for them on your WhatsApp, on their WhatsApp. Yes, or send a mail to them. They have your best interest at heart, I believe, trust me. So sorry for the delay, but then they definitely have your best interest. So send them a WhatsApp chat or an email, and then definitely will respond to you. So thank you all. I'll be wrapping up today, and then I wish us a profitable trading week. It's 10 o'clock a.m. and a profitable day as well. Thank you all, and have a blessed morning.